I lick the center. This is a little bit X-rated, so you might need to bleep this out. This is what I like to think is happening in like all of the kind of spas that I don't go to. You just get your chaps in there, you know? You just give them a little shake and you just think, you know what? I'm not going to send that email. It's 9 o'clock. Fuck that. Hi, I'm Charles Jeffrey. We're backstage at South by Southwest, and this is my perfect cup of tea. Scottish people know how to say excuse me, please and thank you, and they'll say hi to you in a corner shop, which my mum points out every time she comes here. She doesn't ever remember that when you're on the tube you have to stand if you're not walking down the stairs on the other side. She will always stand in the air, and I'm like, Mum, you have to shift, and she's like, no one's here, and then someone will just barge past her and she gets really frustrated that they don't say excuse me. I'm like, well, you chose to stand in the place that you're not meant to be. And then she'll walk into a corner shop, and if no one says hi to her, she'll just turn around and just be like, well, hello to you. I'm gonna go for your regular breakfast tea. I'm gonna do 2 bags because that's gonna be a quicker way for me to achieve perfect brew situation chip. Mash it in. As I'm like letting that kind of like percolate, I get my gorgeous honey. I'm not into sugar. Sugar's got a whole other situation. Honey is like natural. It's not vegan, but it's natural. So I do a wee bit of honey in my gorgeous Abbey Road cup. Now you might find there's a bit more friction because of the 2 bags, but for me, that's just what makes this even more interesting, because one needs to let out the frustration, and these 2 bags are just like the perfect solution for that. I like to go for almond. You have to shake it, and we just open it like so, see? No damages, professional. And we pour it like this, a few glugs. And what you want is like a really nice kind of like burnt umber kind of like situation with the tea. We have got an absolute array of biscuits here. It's absolutely fabulous. Fig rolls, they're so good. You can just break them up in your hands like this and see the fig inside if you're curious like me. And then you can just dip one in and then you just shove it in your mouth like that. There you go. You have the famous Onyx tea cake. I unwrap the tea cake, I reveal the tea cake, and I think, wow, look at that dome. That's a great dome. You know what that reminds me of? My mind. I bite the lid off of it, right? So I go like this. I open my mouth wide. I take the lid off. And you reveal the center of the tea cake. It's a magical, amazing marshmallow center. And then I lick the center. This is a little bit X-rated, so you might need to bleep this out. When you got the marshmallow, you can absolutely gorgeous. And when I'm like this, it just feels like I'm in a room. And then what you do is you've got a little kind of like mechanism to like scoop the tea up with the tea cake. Well, I haven't taken the marshmallow out of this bit, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's just like cholesterol central is amazing. So I'm just gonna take a lovely sip of my Abbey Road tea. That's great. Do you know what? Tea's just the best thing. It just really settles the nervous system. It really brings you down. You just need to have things like this that just like bring your personality to a stable state. Christ, what soundtrack would I bring to this situation? And then I just think about the instruments that I have around me randomly, because that's just what any normal fashion person meets musician person meets artist meets makeup designer person has. They just have instruments around them at all times. This is what I like to think is happening in like all of the kind of spas that I don't go to. It's like this. Oh, fucking hell, mazer. You just get your chaps in there, you know? You just give them a little shake and you just think, you know what? I'm not going to send that email. It's 9 o'clock. Fuck that. Do you know what? I hand it over. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hand it over. Well, I'm going to take this, what I'm going to call a balalaplia as well. And I'm just gonna think about what a tea represents for me and the lines, my cup of tea. And I'm just gonna like sonically place it against every single note that I see in front of me. So, bye. Cup of tea. I'm gonna drink down my tea and just forget the day. And that's how I like to relax.